we're going to talk about self-defense stick training. Sticks come in all lengths. You can carry different lengths with you, from a walking cane or a walking stick. Some people will carry a hiking pole or a trekking pole. You can even, in some places, I like to hike sometimes with a longer, like a martial arts staff. You can find any kind of stick, any length, and defend yourself with it. And I want to show you the shortest one today. So we're going to talk about the shortest. And these are called pocket sticks, and I have a bunch of them in my pocket. So I'm going to read the pocket, pull it out, and we'll talk about them as I pull them out. The first one is the Yara pocket stick, and this one is specifically designed for self-defense. You can also carry this as a massage tool, so that if someone were to ask you, why do you have that stick? You're trying to hurt somebody, say, no, it's my massage tool. I can hit my pressure points with it. I can roll out the muscle with it, get rid of the knots in the muscle, which is, they do make massage sticks that look just like this. So that is a legitimate use for the stick, but this is the Yara, Japanese or Okinawan in origin. A lot of different martial arts traditionally have pocket sticks, different lengths. Usually this style is a little bit wider than your fist, and it acts first as a fist load. That's when you put something hard and has a little bit of weight in your hand, so that when you strike, you hit so much harder. So now, instead of just smashing someone in the face for self-defense, you're breaking their jaw, you're smashing their nose in, breaking their nose for self-defense. You're able to end the fight more quickly simply by reaching into your pocket for self-defense. Someone's coming up aggressively and you say, hey, back up, you're too close. Your one hand is open, that says stop. The other hand is closed, and because you have this fist load, you're now striking with so much more power. You're able to multiply the force that you naturally have, so we call it a force multiplier. Break someone's jaw very easily, or much more easily, with the pocket stick. And this requires a simple straight punch. You can do a hooking punch, you can do an uppercut. Any type of basic punch that you would do with nothing in your hand is now a lot harder with this force multiplier. The first one, this pocket stick, the Yara pocket stick. Now this one, you can see it's got a beveled edge at the end, maybe not beveled, but not sharpened, that's not the right term. But I've removed a lot of the material here, so you have a little bit of a point on both sides. And you can also use this now by swinging your entire body, generating maximum force, striking into the temple, into the ear, into the jaw, into that neck. Maybe you're seated or he's taller than you, into his ribs. But swinging in this position, you can also swing it straight up. So you're striking up under the jaw, into the chin. Hello, Elite, it's good to see you. Maybe he's reaching and you're smashing into his muscle, putting his muscle into a spasm. Maybe he's already holding on to you. You strike up this way. You can also bring it straight down, because you've got one obviously on both sides. So you're striking here, you do this reverse strike. You can smash the guy who's grabbing hold of you or trying to hit you from behind, straight down, or turning this way. It's a very powerful, explosive strike, just using that other side. You can also put your thumb here and then stick that into the pressure points in his face and push him straight back. Maybe he's taking hold of you and you stick it in his face, and now you're moving him out or going in through the throat. Hello, G. Carlton, it's good to see you. This could be more of a fatal strike. You can push into the soft tissue in his neck, up on the top of his chest, pushing straight down, putting it into the intercostals, that space, those thin muscles between his ribs, and pushing in there. That'll take his breath away. That'll also cause a lot of pain. Pushing straight into his solar plexus, or between the belly button and the private parts, coming straight in with the jab first and continuing to push in. So it's very effective as a simple self-defense stick. When we do this training, we just practice straight punches. You'll practice your hooking punches, practice your uppercuts, always get the other hands up. You can also strike with your elbows while you're defending yourself with the stick. It leaves your elbows free. These are very powerful sticks right here. So this is self-defense stick training. Hello, John, it's good to see you. And these are all pocket sticks. So we're using the shortest stick for self-defense. You can use any length of stick. Today in this training, we're starting with pocket sticks, starting with the Yara pocket stick. Now there are also pressure points that you can grab and apply if you know how to do certain kinds of pressure points, what we call come along techniques in law enforcement. You do come along techniques with this one. There's a really effective one where you roll this up under his nose, all that the fat there, and there's little nerves in there. You roll that tissue together while you're grabbing your thumb into his mandibular joint, and you create like a C clamp. And so you're rolling and squeezing, which is very powerful. It's very painful, and you're just striking with a lot of power. Hello, Doug. Doug says they've got a lot of dangerous wind there in Canada on the West Coast. Here in sunny South Florida, we have another storm coming up from the Caribbean, so we're getting high winds today too. You'll hear that. There's a garbage truck right now, but the wind's a little bit, the rain's been coming in and out. But this is all starting with the first of the shortest sticks that you can carry in your pocket. So imagine you're going into a place where there's a lot of, where it's a called non-permissive environment, where you cannot take one of these self-defense tools. You can't take a knife, you can't take a long stick, but you might be able to carry a pocket stick. I've carried this many times in my backpack through TSA. It goes through the checkpoint. I've never had them take it out and question it. I've never had anybody even pull it out to look at it. And if they did, my alternate use, the other reason I carry this is I hit trigger points in my muscles. I have a lot of pain in my hip because I need a hip replacement. My piriformis locks up. I take this and I press, and then I get relief. So it's a massage stick. So you're carrying your massage stick, and it doubles as a loaded fist, smashing with the points, just a simple palm stick for self-defense. So the palm stick, first stick in my pocket, go through the next one pretty quickly because it's basically the same thing. The difference is I picked this up on the beach in Nicaragua, and you can see it's a little bit longer than my homemade palm stick. By the way, if you want a palm stick that I make, I put a link in the description below. There's a link in the description to most of these if you want to see the dimensions, or make your own. This is just a stick of oak. This one's about 1 inch in diameter. Go get a piece at the hardware store, the local do-it-yourself shop. Cut it as wide as you want. Mine are 6 inches. Sharpen the end, don't sharpen the end if you want. You know, you can just leave it flat. You can bevel it a little bit around, sand it really well so you don't get any splinters, and then soak it in butcher block oil, or stain it if you want to stain it, make it look nice. Burn your initials in it, carve some fancy design on it, make your own, or if you want one of the ones that I make, there's a link in the description below. This one, this is just driftwood, and you can hear it's driftwood from the sound it makes, but it's extremely strong. I don't know what kind of wood this is. This has that nice beveled edge for self-defense. It's a loaded fist, just like this one is. You can smash with it. You can hit the guy behind you. You can come down over the top. You can do a reverse strike, all using this piece of wood. And the point of me showing you this pocket stick is that you can pick this up. So I picked this up the first day we were there, carried it in my pocket the whole time. And if you know anything about places like Nicaragua, there are no weapons. You can't carry a knife, you can't carry any weapons, but you can pick up a piece of driftwood, throw that in your pocket, and now you have a force multiplier in case you need to physically defend yourself. We pray to God that we never have to defend ourselves, but God gives us that right. And if you want to have the ability to defend yourself, especially if as you're getting older, you're not as strong, you're not as fast as you used to be, this is a good way to get some of that strength and speed and power back. Maybe not speed, but power. When you connect, you're gonna hit them so much harder when you have something in your fist that keeps your knuckles from collapsing and adds a little weight to the strike. Now, the next, I might as well do this one. That's my key fob to my truck. You can hold that. That's a loaded fist. It's not technically a stick, but it's a stick shape, maybe a short stick. And you can do the same things that a loaded fist does by smashing. So we'll move on to the other pocket. And the next one, which is also based on the Yara pocket stick, the martial arts style, is the Kubaton from Mr. Kubota. Kubaton keychain, or Sensei Kubota. Sensei means teacher in Japanese, martial artist. Sensei Kubota come up with the using the Yara design, which existed for hundreds or maybe thousands of years. Designed his own keychain, just a straight thing. These are usually made out of like a polymer, hard plastic, or you can get them in these aluminum versions. And I've seen the old style, they used to be like steel, but most of the ones that I find now are aluminum. Again, there's a description link, or in the description, you can find a link if you need one. Put your keys there, use it as a slashing weapon if you like to. You've got the loaded fist, you've got all the same basic strikes, smashing behind you, uppercut breaking his jaw, hooking punches, straight punches, reverse strikes, coming down over the top, pushing your thumb into the soft tissue in his face, causing lots of pain, moving him off of you. He's holding on to somebody, sticking it, that hurt, sticking it in that pressure point and where the muscle comes together. My arms are tight from a workout, so it hurts extra more when you're holding on to something. If they're holding someone real, pulling on them or pulling on you, you can stick it in that, and that's gonna cause some pain. Let's see what else. One of my favorite, in a non-permissive environment that you find in a lot of classrooms. You might work in a school or you work in an office. These are great. These are complete gray man, gray woman options. Take this with you to the voting booth. Going in, there's people out there screaming and yelling and in your face. Hopefully most people are reasonable and they stay away from you, but you'll see it today and tomorrow and the next couple of days, people losing their temper over politics. That's why I think you need to breathe, center yourself, go there in a great attitude. But now you have the option of having an extra self-defense tool, something like this. You can actually carry one in each hand if you wanted to, or you're in the classroom, you're in your office, there's nothing else that you can pick up. A stapler, those swing line staplers are great. You can pick one of those up. That's a good loaded fist. But these work exceptionally well, same thing, it's just becomes a loaded fist. Obviously, it's not as heavy because it's plastic, but these are made extremely durably so that you can strike with it. It's gonna break apart, but you're gonna get a couple of good strikes against, or especially hard plastic against soft flesh. Just think about what you're striking. What can you remove or destroy? That's from Tim Larkin's book, When Violence is the Answer. I put a link to that too. That's like the Bible of self-defense. If you've never read it, I highly recommend reading it as soon as you can. It'll keep you safe because of the principles that are involved in there, overcome any technique and show you, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what your fitness level is, everybody has the ability to defend themselves when they shift away from techniques, punches, jabs, strikes, and weapons, and they go to principles. The principles of self-defense are much more important than the techniques. And that's in that book. But the basic idea is what can you remove or destroy? Its ability to see, breathe, temporarily, permanently, its ability to hear or be awake. Maybe you shut down his operating system with a strike to the head. Maybe you break his jaw. Maybe you're sitting and you can take out his leg, smashing, take out his knee, keep him from chasing you or grabbing onto you. Those are all things you can remove or destroy using your pocket stick. So these, again, it's better than, it's not the best, it's not the most effective self-defense tool, but it's better than nothing. It gives you a little bit extra. It's a force multiplier. Now the next one is one of my favorites. This one, especially at night. If you have to travel somewhere at night. And Tim Miller, I was just watching Tim Miller's breakdown of a woman who was attacked. I think he and I spoke about it when the news story first came out. This woman just randomly attacked by a group of teens and just beaten. She was coming home from celebrating the World Series last week, and they just jumped her from behind, hit her in the back of the head. She fell to the ground. She had the wherewithal to fight back. She grabbed one of them, pulled him down, and bit him in the leg, and then they all took off. Todd Nog, good morning from Lima, Peru. Good to see you. This flashlight, the point is she was coming home at night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. They had watched the game, the Dodgers game. They coming home, celebrated a little bit. She's on her way home. If you carry this pocket stick, and you can carry this in your fist as you're walking because it's a flashlight, obviously. One of the basic uses is just to blind somebody. Pick it up and take away their night vision and their ability to see you, and then you can run and get out of there. After that, you can smash, good morning Matthew, it's good to see you. You smash his jaw, breaking his jaw, because this has a battery pack in it, making it a very heavy weighted fist load. This is also made out of a hard plastic. They're either plastic or you can get them in metal. I put a bunch of options in the links on this video for different ones. And you can use this. Hello, Jacqueline. Jacqueline says, thank you. Alita, thank you so much for that super chat, super sticker. They have this bezel or bevel on the edge that will tear flesh and creates more pain. You can jab with that just the same way you can that pocket stick, that Yara. You can do Silent Walk, good to see you. You can do that reverse strike Coming down over the top, you could swing your whole body. You can see there's also a bit of a beveled edge here. Smashing straight down behind you. Hello, Sarah. Sarah's in Australia. Smashing behind you, turning this way. And again, like I said before, you can put your helmet on using your elbows to cover your body. Having this in your hand, you can try to blind him first, see if you can get him out of your face. And if not, then you can smash here, follow this elbow, bring this elbow up over the top, maybe into his jaw. So you use this stick for self-defense, this self-defense stick training, practicing with your elbows with the pocket stick in your hand. So these are just a handful, literally, pocket sticks. This is by no means an exhaustive list because you can pick up any stick, put it in your hand, and defend yourself with it. And it doesn't have to be a really long stick. It'd be great if it were a long stick and you could hit him, keep him off of you, like a baton or a cane, a walking cane that we use. But this is better than nothing. And it's a force multiplier. This is the driftwood, your flashlight, your Kubaton, your basic markers. There's also self-defense pins, which are really popular. You can get a really inexpensive self-defense pin with a lot of features, which are nearly indestructible. You can also use it as a glass breaker in case your car gets stuck in water or you have an accident and you can't get out because the door's crumpled. You can smash the window with it, climb out the window before the car catches fire and hurts you and your family. I put a link below to one of those too. This is the other palm stick. These are the ones that I make, the Yara palm stick. And it's just a simple design. And again, mine are ugly because I made them. And I like the fact that each one looks weird and different. To me, it looks more authentic. But you can make your own, especially if you're somebody who is a great craftsman or woodworker, craftswoman. Make your own pocket stick. But grab something, throw it in your pocket, so you have some options. I showed you also that you can use your key fob, and then you just hold onto it like that. Alita says, no, they look great. Thank you for that, Alita. Appreciate that. But they feel good too. These are oak. Eventually I'll find some good hickory. We'll make some pocket sticks out of hickory, but I make them out of oak now just because it's easier to get. Put in the comment section below, because this is not an exhaustive list, what else would you use or do you use or could you imagine using as a self-defense stick, short version in the Yara family, the pocket stick family, that you could put in a pocket or a bag. You might be wearing a dress, you have no pocket, you put it in your bag, and then when you don't feel safe, you reach in there, you pull it out. Great thing about these Kubaton keychains is that you can usually have your keys attached and then walk around carrying this. Now, the weirdest thing that you're gonna hear is, and it's true for some of you, you can't carry these in every single country and in every city around the world. Some places these are illegal, which is asinine because you're not gonna attack large groups of people. This is not a weapon of mass destruction. This is a self-defense keychain used only for self-defense. So I think you should be able to carry it, but some places you can't. So if you're not able to, make your own, make a stick. If anybody asks, tell them it's none of their business. If somebody in authority asks, tell them it's a massage tool. You use it to roll out the fascia, the muscle knots and the adhesions, and you use it for trigger point massage. You're like me, you got a bum hip, you gotta stick that into your glute, and that releases the muscle. If you don't know about trigger point massage, you can look that up. That way you can use it and then also talk about it. Anyways, check these out, but leave a comment, please. What is your favorite pocket stick? What do you use? What can you imagine using? What did I miss? What can we add to our collection? Jacqueline says, awesome. She's a massage therapist. It would work great. This does. Like I said, I use it all the time now. I just saw my orthopedist schedule the next hip replacement. It's so bad now that like I'm walking about 6 or 7 miles a day and my piriformis will lock. And then every step is painful. And so I had been walking around looking for like chairs or railings, anywhere I can push my body into to hit that trigger point. And then I come off of that and it just releases. And my piriformis feels great for about 20 minutes until it locks up again. Then the last week or so, I've been carrying this in my pocket. And I carry it every time I get that tightness. I go somewhere where someone's not watching me closely, And I pull it out and I just jab that thing in there and hold it and breathe deeply, make sure I'm drinking a lot of water, pull it out. That trigger point releases, that muscle releases, and I also get to carry another self-defense tool. So Elitas' best wishes. Thank you everybody for being here. Please remember to put that in the comment section, not just the chat, but also the comment section. What's your favorite pocket stick, or which ones can we add to our list? Let's see how many we can come up with. I'm sure there's tons and tons. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you.